Well, have we gotten our first clues on the villain of Superman Legacy? Well, two different Hollywood insiders have dropped little hints, and it appears a long-running rumor of who the villain of the movie might be is going to be true. So let's take a couple minutes to break down the hints, what character they're talking about, and how important I think this villain will be to the future of the DCU. Well, ever since we found out James Gunn will be writing and directing the upcoming Superman Legacy, many people have been sort of preoccupied with who the new Superman is going to be. We actually did a report on a potential actor the other day, Pearson Fode, but we still have no confirmation on the Man of Steel. Now, you can't have a superhero movie without a villain, and recently we had two different Hollywood scoopers kind of chime in, give us some clues, and some big indication of who the villain may be and which actor could be playing him. Now, like with any scoopers, this isn't James Gunn or DC Studios, so we have to take everything with a grain of salt, but both of these sources have pretty good track records, and I feel pretty confident this would indeed be the perfect villain and would provide a ton of fan service. Now, the first hint came via Jeff Snyder, who we've gotten a lot of information on from the Hot Mic podcast, which hopefully this Thursday will get some more details. But he did respond to a tweet that gives a pretty good indication of one of the actors set to join the DCU. Let's check it out. Now, he was responding to a tweet suggesting that James Gunn pick up Bill Skarsgard for Batman, the Brave and the Bold, which I have to say he wouldn't make a bad Bruce Wayne at all. He's big, he's the right age, and he does a great American accent, so I could see him in the role. But Snyder replied that he's already being eyed for a different DC movie. Now, the only other DC movie that could potentially be in the casting phase is Superman Legacy, and that's where Scooper Casey Walsh chimed in. Now, Walsh didn't give a direct hint or even speak a word, but he did post a pretty interesting GIF seeming to indicate who Skarsgard is being looked at to play. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's right. It appears Skarsgard might be in line to play Brainiac. Now, we know a big part of this movie is heritage, both his Kryptonian heritage as well as his raisins in Smallville, and I don't think there could be a better villain than Brainiac. We've never had Brainiac on the big screen. We got a pseudo-Brainiac in Superman 3 with a supercomputer, and he was supposed to be part of Superman Lives. But the character has never manifested in live action on the big screen, and I think fans should be pretty excited about the possibilities. Now, I have to say, I would be super excited to see Brainiac come to life. He is probably the perfect villain for this movie. There is no other villain, I think, in the Superman mythos that's more tied to Superman's Kryptonian heritage. And since Brainiac does have that nice tendency to acquire worlds, well, Superman will be protecting his Earthbound heritage, creating for a nice dynamic and creating a nice contrast between both of them for the film. Also, using the villain really does give us some fan service. Fans have wanted to see Superman square off with Brainiac on the big screen, and I really can't think of a better villain laying the seeds to a grander DCU and also involving other heroes than the impact Brainiac would have on not only Metropolis, but the greater Earth, giving us a chance to get to know many of the new DC heroes in that movie, which is something we've been hearing about for a while. We've also heard Mr. Terrific is part of the film, and given his high IQ and brain power, you could totally see him as an ally with Superman, helping take down Brainiac, creating the near-perfect brain and bronze combo to take down the Kryptonian AI. Now, this hasn't been confirmed by anybody yet, and obviously with Hollywood scoopers we have to be really careful, but Brainiac would indeed be the perfect villain to kick off the new DCU. If that actually happens, well, we're gonna have to wait and see.